Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of Beneath the Surface with Ali and Daisy. And today's topic is Daisy Does Drama. Hi Ali.
Yeah. Hi Daisy, how you going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited about this Daisy Does Drama because it is such a fun segment, and the last time we did it, we had such great reception. So here we are again to give you our unorthodox and uneducated advice.
Yeah, I really hope that nobody actually takes our advice too seriously, because I'll be worried about how much drama we end up causing. So yeah, take this all with a bit of a pinch of salt. Obviously we don't have our lives fully together, but people want to know what we think, so we're going to share our opinions. So let's jump in right away to the first drama of the day, which is I'm in love with my best friend. How do I tell her? Well, he's not even asking if it's a him. He's not even asking if he should tell her. He's asking, how do I tell her?
So he is committed to this idea. That says a lot. I was going to say, I guess it depends, weigh up how much you love them compared to how much you love the friendship, because you're going to taint that friendship if that is not reciprocated. So, I mean, he sounds like he's willing to do that.
Yeah, how does he tell her?
I go by like this rule of thumb with my entire dating life. I will never, ever, ever be the first one to tell anyone my feelings. I hate being vulnerable and I like playing hard to get. So, in my opinion, if it was me, I wouldn't be saying anything, but you can always kind of gauge, I guess, where someone is at with tiny little flirtations. Like, you know, when you're talking to them, if you like touch their arm, you can sort of feel if they like warm into it. Little things like that. You can sort of get that flirtation when you're a bit drunk, see how far you can push it. But there is no way I would be going up to someone and just in cold blood telling them how I feel.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I could be dating someone for like a year until I have the courage to be like, I like you.
Yeah.
But I admire, like you said, the commitment. I mean, how to do it? Ugh. I mean, if it was me, I would probably just get absolutely hammered. And then if it doesn't go well, I'll be like, oh, I was just really drunk. I'll be like play it off like it was a joke. So you could do that. Because if you do it sober, that's it. Like, you can't be like, oh, I wasn't thinking clearly, or...
That's true. Maybe that's what Gary did to you, Daisy. Episode 4, Below Deck Sailing Yacht. If anyone hasn't watched it.
Don't worry, Gary has not told me that he has feelings for me. That is not what happened. Gary likes to allude to that. But, gosh. Yeah, I think my go-to would be to get absolutely hammered, to kiss them. Yeah, I think I would kiss the person before I would tell them my feelings. You would go straight in for
the kiss?
A kiss is easier than being like, I have feelings for you. No way. A kiss is easier than being like, I have feelings for you. Because a kiss, you can just be like, oh, it's just a bit of fun. It was, it was a spur of the moment thing. Like I said, if it doesn't, you want to get out like entry. So if it doesn't go well, you need a backup plan of being like, oh, this was like a one-off thing.
We accidentally had sex.
No, but like being like, it was a spur of the moment. Like, I was feeling lonely and I was drunk. And, if that person was like, oh, I'm not really into this, you can be like, oh, me neither. Like, it was just just like a in the moment, I'm feeling sad and I was just looking for some comfort. But if you say, I have feelings for you, or I'm in love with you, this is something you've been thinking about. And if that person...
The F word, feelings.
Yeah, and if that person rejects you, you're screwed. Like, your friendship is screwed. Yeah, I'm gonna go. That's gonna be my advice. I'm sticking with it. I think it's solid advice. Get hammered, go in for the kiss, see how they take it, and if it's like sparks flying, then you can be like, hey, I felt like this for a while, blah blah blah. And if she's like, oh my god, no, I'm not into this at all, you can be like, oh yeah, no, me neither. And then you can like reevaluate and be like, try and salvage your friendship or move away from your friendship, whatever, gives you a bit of room to breathe and think. So I'm gonna go with that.
That would be some serious anxiety vibes the next day. That makes me cringe and shudder just to think about. But yeah, cool. This is why we're here. We're here to give our unsolicited advice.
Yeah,
take
exactly.
It or don't take it. I probably say don't take it.
If anyone actually does take our advice, please let us know if it worked, if you took it, what happened. I would love to know. I'd love to know if this person's going to go and do this. Yeah, and maybe if it works, maybe I'll try that next time. Yeah, for sure. So, Alli, do you have
a... Are you trying it on, Daisy?
I don't know. I'll go find a friend.
Colin McRae. Everyone wants to see that happen. The Daisy and Colin love affair that we all thought was going to happen, but then he got a girlfriend.
No, I'm not telling anyone that I love them. I'm not telling anyone I have feelings for them. Absolutely not. I fear rejection far too much. I'm far too insecure for that. Sorry, I'm like moving around trying to get comfortable. So are you gonna stick with what's your advice? Just ignore it, hope it goes away?
Play hard to get. It always, like the long game. If they have feelings, they will eventually crack.
Yeah, but with a friendship, that's not playing hard. You can only play hard to get if you're like flirting. If you're like, ooh, no, like you can't really play hard to get with a friend that you're hanging out with all the time, that you're talking to. Then it's just rude.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't ignore their text and stuff.
So Benny and I, the father of my child, have been friends for 12 years. And he was in love with me for 12 years. It took him 12 years to admit his feelings. And I was sort of like, yeah, like there's a spark there. There's an attraction there. But I was kind of just a bit aloof about it. Always, keep them guessing, keep the mystery. And look, 12 years later, we've got a baby.
Yeah, but the difference is you played hard to get. Yeah, but the difference is you played hard to get after he told you he had feelings for you.
He never told me. But I guess I kind of sensed it. I had that, like, he never was or forthcoming about his feelings. It just was a vibe I was getting. I'm like, I feel like he may... And then I was like, no, he's way too cool for me. Definitely not. And then I was like, but I'm going to pretend I'm too cool for him. And he tells me now, he was like, I used to call you my unicorn. I thought you were the girl I was never going to get. I'm like, well, here we are. So if you're ready to play... That's my advice. If you're willing to play the long game, if you've got 12 years up your sleeve... Definitely do what I do. It's very effective.
Well, let us know if you take either of our advice, please. We are dying to hear. So that was that. Or if anyone else has any advice, if anyone's been in that situation and it's worked for them, please let us know. So moving on to the next drama of the day. Guy I like a lot, won't define relationship, but I don't want to give up on him yet. This is a really hard one. And this is basically the story of my life. So is this me? Did I write this to myself?
Yeah. Drunk Daisy.
So I basically, this is why this is the perfect drama for me. I have not been in a relationship, maybe since I was like, maybe 20. So that's 14 years. I dated a lot of people. Have dated a lot of people, but none of them want to commit to me. None of them. And I think that's down to the type of person I date, their issues and my issues, a mixture. It's, you know, it's worked, whatever. I don't need to be with anyone at the moment, but to give up on him. So because I've had so much experience with this, I know exactly what you're feeling, because you want to drag out that feeling and you want to hold on to hope, and you want to hold on to the fact that they might commit to you one day, that they'll realize that, you know, you're the love of their life. So on a personal basis, I'm going to say, yeah, like, hang on to him. You know, why not? Life is too short. And that's, I don't know, it's difficult. Like, sometimes we have to do what makes us better people in the long run. But in the moment, you know, sometimes that bullshit kind of annoys me. I'm like, well, if I'm having fun, why should I ruin it? Why should I end it? But if you want the advice to make you a better person, 100%, you need to cut them out. Like, you need to end it. You need to face reality. You know, it could be stopping you from meeting someone else. It's, you know, it's painful and you deserve more. But, you know, I guess you have to decide whether you want to keep enjoying what you have or do what's better for you in the long run. So, I mean, I just like to hang on to them and torture myself for as long as possible. But that's just me.
So there's a sensible option there, and there's a psycho option. Take your pick. Or we could go the third.
Well, I don't think it's psycho. I think,
which,
I mean, like, think about it.
No, it's not psycho. I was mislabeling that one.
Like, if you're enjoying it, life is too short, and, you know, even though it's kind of disrespectful and maybe not what you want in the long run, there's nothing wrong with, you know, dating someone who doesn't want to commit. You know, we're so obsessed with labels, and we're so obsessed with what society tells us. And, you know, I have this problem often, you know, with my dating, and people are like, if he's not going to commit to you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, why can't we do what's right for us? Why do we have to do what society tells us that, you know, the next step is a relationship? Like, what if this works for us? So I think you just have to decide,
well, I guess it depends
how happy you are with the lack of commitment.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Like, are you exclusive? Are you dating other people? Because if you like someone enough, you obviously, you know, most people, especially, I guess, more so girls, they can't actually, no, that's not true. Guys hate when a girl hooks up with someone else. But like anyone, any human being who's not polyamorous is probably going to want the exclusivity. Like, if I like someone enough, I would not want to be sleeping in their bed when they've had another chick in it the night before. That makes me feel dirty. So, I mean, we need to know what's the guideline of this arrangement, because I think that plays a massive part into how I would handle it.
Well, I think, I'm going to assume it's not exclusive. Like, I mean, if you're exclusive, there's commitment there.
Oh, that would break my heart. I
don't know. I do.
That would absolutely.
I do it all the time.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
It's the story of every fucking relationship I've ever been in. Yeah, it's pretty painful. But I am. Yeah. It's definitely, if you want, like, the real proper advice, what's good for you, 100% you need to end it. But I do know what it's like to be in that situation. And I do genuinely believe that if you're happy and, you know, there might, like, maybe you mightn't be exclusive, but maybe he doesn't go out and hook up that often. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's just risky. And imagine if he started liking someone else and he just decided, next. But if you're having trouble, so this is what I would do. If you're having trouble letting go and you're not exclusive, so you're not breaking any rules by doing this, I find it's a really good way to move on from someone is to find, like, to sort of go fishing to see what else is out there. Find someone else to talk to. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to hook up with someone else. You don't have to give your body to someone else, but just like a distraction.
Yeah,
I think someone to fill that void.
Yeah, I think that's
that
a
overlap,
good.
It kind of like helps push things along.
Yeah, I think that's good advice, because if that person's not willing to commit to you, but you don't want to let them go, that's fine. That's understandable. But you also shouldn't be committed to them. So it needs to be like a mutual understanding. It's like, okay, you don't want to commit to me, you want to hook up with other people, you want to be free and independent, that's fine. I'm not willing to let you go, but I'm also going to do the same. And that way, you know, you aren't going to fall as quickly in love with them. You're not going to feel as, you know, like committed to them or as loyal to them. So I think that's good advice, like kind of keeping your dating apps, you know, going out on dates, flirting with other people, and maybe you'll meet someone and go, you know what, actually, this person's not willing to commit to me and I really like this person. So yeah, I think that's actually good advice. I'm going to agree with you on that.
All right. We're in agreement. That usually happens, actually.
I mean, me and Alli have spent many an hour talking about relationships and all this kind of faff. So,
oh yes, we have.
It's worked out for Alli. It hasn't worked out for me, but here we go.
Yet,
obviously. Right. So next drama. Ooh. I mean, again, I think we need context to this, but next drama of the day. My husband wants his mother to move in with us.
Oh! Okay, go on. Initial reaction.
I mean, straight away we need context. Like, is she sick? Is she dying? Is he just obsessed with his mother? I mean,
because that's the only way we'll agree with it. Is she sick or is she dying?
Yeah, I mean, even then, that's still, you know, which is going to sound really awful, but even if she's sick or she's dying, you're risking your relationship, you know, to spend time with your mother. And I know that sounds really, really, really awful, but you are putting a huge amount of pressure, because even if she's sick, like, you're taking on that responsibility of looking after her, you're putting that burden onto your family. You know, that's a very stressful situation to be in. And then if you're just obsessed with your mother, well, then that's just super fucked up and you shouldn't be married to him anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, that's like Sex and the City, Charlotte's ex-husband, Trey vibes.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
Do you remember Bunny?
Yeah.
And she walked in on them when they were having sex. Oh, my God. That is your future. Whoever has sent this in, that is what your future will be. Your sex life is going to suffer. How big is your house? That's a very necessary question to ask, because
funny.
if you're in an apartment,
talking about this to my chef today, she was saying the same thing. She was saying living with your family is an extremely stressful thing because of your sex life. They're like, your sex life suffers. You have no privacy, you can't feel comfortable with them, you know. And obviously these people are married, maybe they're a bit older, but I'm gonna go with a straight hard no. No matter what the circumstances, this is not gonna end well.
Veto the mother-in-law.
Yeah. Sorry, Mom, but we vote out. We don't want you living in our house. I'm sorry. Really
we don't want you in the house. We don't want you in the guest house.
No.
Up the end of the backyard. No, none of it.
You'll be lucky if you're invited to Sunday lunch. That's what we're going to go with. Such a bitch.
That's all you're getting.
I mean, I think that, yeah, we've come to a hard conclusion on that. That one was easy. I know we didn't get the full context, but yeah. People, if you want to save your marriage, you want to save your relationships, do not invite your parents or parents-in-laws to live with you. Sorry.
How do you have like spontaneous, romantic, sexy evenings anymore? If you even do. Even if you don't, you still want the option there.
Yeah.
Like, but...
And you can't even, like, but it's not even sex. Like, you can't even argue. You can't, you know, because nobody wants to argue in front of other people.
And then she'll get involved in the arguments.
Yeah, and, you know, it will cause arguments.
Too many
because,
factors.
You know, you might be having a disagreement or just debate and you know, she sticks her nose and your husband doesn't stick up for you because he wants to stick up for his mom, like straight away, that's going to cause war. Yeah, like there's just so many variables there. And like I said, even if it's something as awful as she was sick, which, you know, I hope that's not the case, that's it's just so much pressure on the family. I know people who've taken in grandparents who are, you know, terminally ill, which is just such an admirable thing to do, but it's put so much pressure on the family that it's just not healthy. And eventually they've gone, you know, we need to look after our family, and you have to put them in a home with professionals. That's what they're there for, which I know is cutthroat, but it's better for them in the long run. It's better for you guys.
Savagery.
Probably I'm gonna make a lot of people upset. Oh, well,
you're gonna get some DMs for that one.
Oops. Oops.
Daisy,
Sorry.
she's always gonna tell it how it is, and that's what we're here for.
Right, so since we've swiftly sorted that one, the next drama of the day is an ex wants to hang out, but he's engaged and wants me to wait in case it ends. That is so fucked.
Why would you want to be with someone who is keeping their options open when they're engaged to be married? That is disgusting. That makes me feel so angry. I want to find this person, oh my God, and just shake them. Be like, no, you do not need someone like that in your life. You do not need someone so disloyal. Like, he is telling you, he's like waving the red flag right in your face right now. And he's an ex for a reason.
In this chick's defense, she's put a laughing emoji, so I think she realizes how incredibly ridiculous it is. I don't actually think she's asking so much for advice, but is letting us know the drama of the day. So yeah, I'm hoping, I'm not going to say her surname, but Katie, if you're listening, I think she's pretty switched on. So just insane. Yeah, like men are unbelievable though. They have no shame. They have no fear of rejection. They have no, I mean, the way their minds work is just so incredibly different to women's. Like I just honestly can just imagine a man saying this and saying it like it's just the most normal thing, like being like, of course, you know, in case it doesn't work, me and you can get together. Like, why wouldn't we?
Yeah, I can imagine a man saying that, like, you know, like on his wedding day, just in case this doesn't work out. I mean, I know I'm about to walk down the aisle, but it's just, they have no limits. They have no boundaries. Yes, not all men are like that, but many are.
No, they're not, but a lot of them are. And I genuinely believe, and that's why I don't even feel bad saying it, because I don't think they're bad people. I just think it's the way their brain works. I just think for them,
they think it's okay.
It makes so much sense. Like, I can imagine a man having this conversation with me and being like, but why wouldn't we get together in case we, like, me and this chick broke up? Whereas, like, we're thinking, like, I'm second best. You're keeping your options open. You're obviously not committed to this person. You're never going to be committed to me. You know what I mean? Like, their conversation, they're having a totally different conversation than us. And if you say it like that, yeah, it makes sense. Like, why wouldn't we get up together if we end up getting divorced? You know, in some ways usually, it does make sense.
Like, when you go by, I don't know what the statistic of this would be, but I can imagine it's very, very low. How many successful relationships are exes that have come back together? Because every ex, I'm notorious for getting back with exes. It's like, I like the familiarity, and it's just, that's a hard word. And it's just like, it just feels easy to me, but it always goes up in flames. Like, I don't know any single person who has gotten back together with an ex. They are still single now because it hasn't worked out. So statistically, I think that the odds are really far against you.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people get back with their exes. Like, I think I do, is because you want to be sure you've made the right decision. I know that's why I get back with exes, because I don't want to throw something away without being like absolutely sure it's over. But yes, I completely agree with you. I think I think the only way I would get back with an ex and it could possibly be successful if years had passed that we hadn't been together, because I think you've grown, you've changed so much. Like I look at some
That's
of my
true. Good
exes,
point.
yeah, that I haven't been with for like 5 years and I don't even talk to or anything. And I think we could reconnect because we're two different people now. So you wouldn't be carrying all that baggage from, like, I barely even remember why I broke up with some of them 5 years ago. That's the only way I think it could, it could actually be successful, but none of this like, oh, we broke up a year ago and, all that same shit is still there. So I agree with you. That kind of on and off relationship just doesn't work out. And I say it about all my friends when they break up. I'm like, that's the relationship done. And they'll keep going back because you want to be sure that you're letting go for the right reasons. But I do think you can get back with an ex, but like I said, a lot of time has to have had passed. You have to be two different people and two different places in your life. Basically a whole new, brand new relationship.
Yeah, that's very true. And that being said, I can't imagine a single one of my exes that I would want to get back with because I've grown out of them. Like every single one of them. Yeah.
Agreed.
But that's because I'm really bad at picking boyfriends. Other than the one that's stuck
Alli.
right now, he's the good one. But the rest, I mean, most of my exes, everyone saw me with someone on Below Deck who proves I'm really bad at picking boyfriends. And this is why I'm here, giving you guys relationship advice.
I know. Well, I'm glad that Katie seems to really agree with us with the laughing emoji at just how fucking ridiculous this guy is. And I mean, the poor woman he's engaged to. I honestly, genuinely, like I said before, I honestly don't think these guys are bad people. I think their brains just work so incredibly different to women's. So yeah, our advice is, in case you're asking, do not hang out with him. Red flag, red flag. No. Ooh. Okay, so next drama of the day. Again, not looking for advice, but I'm going to bring it up because it's a big drama and I feel sorry for this poor, lovely lady, Lauren. And I think me and Alli can relate. So I'm a cleaner. Today there was a dead mouse on the side and a used tampon on the floor.
Oh,
that's a bad day, Lauren. I thought I was having a bad day.
Oh
that
my
is
God.
I feel like that's something Erica and Chuck would do. Is that who you're working for? Is that?
Yeah.
We just figured it out. Some people just have no respect. Now, I often get, as Ali, I'm sure you have, having done Below Deck, we get asked so much about previous charters and, all these kind of dramatic kind of things that have happened. And, we know that happens in the industry, but it's actually really awkward when I get asked these questions because I've only really worked for really lovely people and very respectful people. So I've been very lucky not to have had anything quite like that. Although I know it goes on in the industry, like I've heard of friends of mine working on I don't want to say nationalities because I don't want to kind of single anyone out, but heard of boats of like prostitutes having sex in their period. So they've had to come in and clean all the sheets. I've heard of certain cultures who poo in the bathtub and leave the bathtub, and
what?
they had to come in and clean the bathtub. It's a certain culture. I don't want to say
what? In the bathtub.
Yeah, I don't think they know what a toilet is, or they don't use a toilet, and they just leave it there for the stewardesses to clean. I think the worst thing I did was there was a used condom in the bin, but I'm like, that's what the fucking bin is for. Like, what else are they going to do with it? So it was gross. I was a bit like, ugh. But it was fine. I just emptied the bin. I didn't have to touch it. I've had friends who've had to inventory and clean, sex toys. I've had just so many of these insane stories. People just not leaving skid marks in the toilet, which is just something so basic. But how can you have somebody come into your home? This poor woman Like leaving a fucking used tampon and a dead mouse. Like she's not, so it annoys me. A cleaner is not there to clean up after yourself. She's there to help, you know, doing all the deep cleaning, like the vacuuming you don't want to do, cleaning the skirting boards, not literally cleaning up after you. And I feel that's the same way in stewardessing.
Yeah, she's confused the concept a little bit. Actually, on the note of used condoms in the rubbish bin, I did read that there was a housekeeper that was looking after Drake's hotel room, and he had a used condom that she pulled out of the bin, put it inside her so that she could impregnate herself with his sperm, but he had put hot sauce in the condom, and so she got all burnt up inside because he's obviously, I don't know how he knows to do that, but he's clever enough to realize that someone is going to fish that out, and someone actually did.
Ew, that is crazy. So disgusting. But I don't understand how this story got leaked. Who leaked it? She obviously didn't leak it.
I read it like just in passing when I was scrolling mindlessly a couple of weeks ago. It was screenshots of something. I don't know. Someone will have to Google it. If you're interested, just Google it. But then once I read that article, I started going down the rabbit hole, and there is actually a housekeeper that got herself pregnant from, like, I don't know, a really rich, let's say, billionaire. And she won a court case. This is in America. She won a court case to get child support. She just recently won. So she has impregnated herself and then taken him to court.
I thought sperm died.
That's what I thought. I thought it died too. So how soon are these people going in? Yeah, I thought it
survived for like 20 seconds in the outside environments and then it died. But I guess there's
that's what I thought. But I mean, Daisy, you can always trust the internet, remember?
Yeah, exactly.
These articles, I mean, I don't know. This was me just going down a rabbit hole at like 11 o'clock at night.
Maybe that's what I have to do, trying to steal some billionaire that I work for, their sperm, and get myself pregnant.
I mean, there's an option. Scandalous. That would be all over page 6. Daisy gets herself pregnant from billionaire primary data guest. If you think that Below Deck hasn't been controversial enough, we can make it more.
Well, Lauren.
But yeah, on that note, I also have. So I used to work my high school job. I worked in a tanning salon. And it was in the suburbs where there's a lot of commission housing. So we had a few like sketchy experiences. Like we had someone actually overdose in the tanning bed, like foaming from the mouth.
From drugs?
Unconscious. Yeah.
But overdose from drugs? Oh, wow.
I guess so. Yeah. It was like, so her boyfriend was waiting outside the tanning bedroom. It's like the little rooms inside the salon. And her bed had been finished for quite a long time. And it got to a point where we had to like knock on the door, be like, are you okay? Are you okay in there? Anyway, ended up overdosing. That's not my story. I've kind of just gone off on a tangent. So just to put into perspective, it was a little bit of a sketchy clientele that we would get sometimes. More than once, like regularly, we would have people piss in the bin. So obviously there's no bathroom in the tanning room. They would piss in the little bin that we had. That would happen all the time. Yeah. And then this didn't happen to me, but one of my co-workers, I came in for my shift and she's like, you will not believe the morning I've had. It has been like, she's like, I'm in shock. I just don't even know if I can work here anymore. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, someone took a shit in the bin. Someone literally took a shit in the bin. But
did you have a bathroom, like, in the tanning
in the
place?
shopping centre. It was so like
Okay.
if you wanted to use the bathroom,
I mean,
you
that's
had
still
to
not
come
absolutely
out,
okay
stop
at
your
all.
bed. Yeah, but you're still like, oh my God, can you control it for 10 minutes? It's like mind blowing. But this girl who took a shit in the bin, she literally like walked out and just didn't say a word. And so we've got, all their information. My manager had to call her up and say, hey, look, you've kind of disrespected my staff by taking a dump in one of our bins. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to come back here any longer. It's just something that we're not going to
Tolerate.
put up with. So, can you
And
imagine
what did
getting that
this
phone
chick
call?
say?
She answered the... I mean, I don't know. I wasn't on the call, but yeah.
Oh my God.
She didn't...
Well, that's...
Oh, I do know...
No, go on.
I do know she didn't say much. I do know she didn't have like much of an explanation or an I'm sorry. She did say she had a bad tummy or something. This was forever ago, so I'm trying to recall.
Steal the bin. I don't know.
from-
You would steal the bin, or you would take the plastic out. Like I'd be in there for hours, being like, "How the fuck do I sort this out?
How do I fix this?
How did she wipe her
Wild.
ass?" Ew.
Well, there's
no,
paper
I
towel in there,
can't.
so I mean, I don't know. There's like because we cleaned the beds with paper towel. But yeah, wild times working in a tanning salon.
I know people are just crazy. I imagine in every sort of job you get some pretty. I'm sure everyone has at least one wild story of someone doing something very bizarre. Yeah, people are weird. So, Lauren, you were not alone.
Maybe we should...
We're there with you. And yeah, I'm sorry that your
We
day
empathise.
included a used tampon and a dead rat or a dead mouse. But hopefully tomorrow is a better day. So there we go. I think maybe we'll do one more and we'll wrap it up for the day.
Yep. Yeah.
So let's find a good one. Okay. Well, let's go with a funny. Well, it's not a funny one, but people tend to love these when people ask me this. Wife wants to peg me. Should I let her?
That is a strong yes for me. I support this. I really, really do.
Are you letting the
No, I'm
world know that
serious.
you're into pegging?
I'm not into pegging personally, but I have some friends that peg their boyfriends and they really love the experience. I've heard good things about pegging. I mean, I don't know if I could do it myself. Maybe one day. You never know. I'm not going to rule
I mean,
it out.
I think I kind of agree with you. Like, pegging's obviously out there because people enjoy it. Like, I don't think it's that weird. I think, like, a lot of people do it. I think it's become a real trendy thing to do as well in the last, like, kind of 2 or 3 years. It's
Pegging
become a big
is trendy.
It is. I mean, the one we were talking about the other day was a bumbling where you give head while they're taking a shit. That I just never see catching on, and I don't understand why anyone would do that. But
oh my God,
I
but
can
your gag
kind of
reflex and the smell of, like,
Stop.
feces don't...
stop.
No.
Ew. But the pegging,
vile.
I mean, it does make a lot of sense because people like to be submissive. So right there, if you want to be submissive to your partner,
It's a winning
also obviously you have
combination
a
in my
G-spot in an anal G-spot, if that's what we're going to call it. So I do get the trend. I personally don't think I could build the courage to do. I mean, I'm shy enough having sex with regular missionaries, so I don't know what I'd be like sticking a strap on and be like bend over.
Daisy, I could do. You'd be like, bam, 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 bam. That would be you. I can see it. I can see it.
I can't. And their bums are so hairy. At least when you give girl, well, in my eyes, I mean, that's nothing against, like, if you're gay or whatever, but, like, for me, like, my bum's all, like, hairless and peachy. I'm like, I'd have to fuck a guy's bum and it would be all like hairy and gross and
Maybe, okay, prerequisite for Daisy to peg you, you must get a bum wax.
But then I suppose
then
you
would
put
you
fingers
consider
up
it?
the bum. I suppose it's better if it's a dildo
You
than
kind
a
of get
finger.
over those things when you're in the moment. I mean,
Yeah. I suppose we put tongues up the bum. So actually, tongues and fingers is worse than dildos.
yeah, that's
Maybe
very
one
true.
day. Maybe you're right. Look, I have to say, I do. I'm with you on this. I say yes. If she wants to try it, it is a big trendy thing at the moment. We all know it is. It
Totally.
was like back, what's that when you lick a bum hole? What's that called? Oh, rimming. Do you remember when rimming was a thing?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's still a thing, but when
It was
like
totally a
fashionable
thing.
It was a thing. And everyone's like, did you get a rim job? And I definitely pegging. I just hear it in the last year. I didn't know what it was until last year, and now you just hear about it all the time. So it's definitely a trendy thing. I get it. I get the submissive thing. I get that there's a G spot. I'm with you on this. Yes, we are agreeing
your
on
life.
this one.
Peg that
Let
guy.
your wife
Peg that guy real good.
Let your wife peg you. And you're married anyway, so yeah, fine. You can't be weird in a marriage.
Title today. Let your wife peg you.
Yeah, we're all for it. I don't think it'll be something I'll be
all
trying
for it.
anytime soon, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I actually I jokingly brought it. Benny's gonna kill me. I jokingly said it to Benny once, and he was like, "What?" He was mortified, absolutely mortified. I'm like, "No, I'm only joking."
Joking. I'm joking
Yeah.
if you don't want to do it, but I'm not joking if you do want to do it.
But if you do, like,
I'll totally do it because I love you.
yeah,
Oh man.
for you.
Well,
babe. Just for you.
if you let your wife peg you, Sid, I'm going to go into their names, but Sid, if you let your wife peg you, let us know how it goes. We're all for the
Report
pegging.
back.
So, yeah, let us know you enjoyed it, you hated it, you're divorced, you're even more married.
If it ends in divorce, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Maybe
Again,
you need someone
we're,
else.
we've got,
You need
we
someone
don't
a
have,
bit
we're
more.
not trained advisors here. So, but I
Hell.
think that's all what we have time for today. So
This has
big
been
thank you
fun.
to everyone who wrote
Again.
in your who wrote in your dramas of the day. And yeah, if this is as popular as the last one, we'll definitely keep it up. But people seem to love these, so I think it just makes other people feel normal. I think that's just what people love, is that it just reminds everyone that this world's a bit of a
We've all
shithole,
got that.
and
Yeah.
we all have drama going on, whether it be pegging or your mother-in-law moving in, or you're in love with someone that you can't have. We're all in this together. So yeah,
We are all in this together. We're a community. We've got you. We've got each other. No
sure.
judgments.
Well,
Thanks,
this
Daisy.
has been
Thanks,
fun,
everyone.
Alli.
Make sure it's been very fun. And make sure, guys, if you like or if you don't like, you can write a review, rate, like, comment on YouTube,
Subscribe.
all the things. Subscribe, all the things. And we definitely take any constructive criticism on board as well. So we're open, totally.
Yeah, or any topic suggestions, send them our way. We're here for it. So thanks again, guys, and I will talk to you later, Alli.
Thanks, bye.